Hello everyone. So welcome to DTBTV. This is just going to be a short video, a few minutes video in regards to Gini Wijnaldum's exit. So what I'm going to just say at first is thank you Gini Wijnaldum for some great memories and some great service. Always put in a shift, always did everything that was asked of him as a Liverpool football player. And good luck on your move in Paris. And I met Gini a couple of times when I worked at Anfield, and he was a real nice man. Always covered in a lot of bling and that, but yeah, he was a nice man. Good luck to him. With regards to the football decision, I totally agree with it. From the minute I knew there was whispers that he was wanting out for a new challenge, is what I got told. I understood why. I understood why straight away, because Gini Wijnaldum has done what he needed to do at Liverpool. He's won the European Cup, he's won the Premier League, he's won the Super Cup, he's became a world champion. So basically he's done what he needs to do. At the age of 30, he wants a lucrative contract, and he's earned the right to do that. Every footballer on the planet, Beckham, David Villa, Thierry Henry, Robbie Keane, Ibrahimovic, although he keeps playing, they do this at that age group. Even Stevie Gerrard went to LA. But what I will say is, I've just been sort of, as always with me, this group, firstly before I go on to Wijnaldum, I want to say something. We've got some new members in this group at the moment who are not, I suppose we don't really have good group rules on our group when you join. So I've been putting up a poll about Klopp yesterday and what would we do in 2024 when Gerrard or anyone has to take over. And if some newbies on this group think it's acceptable to start personal insulting me, or not just me, or anyone else that puts a post up. Let's just get one thing straight here. Doubters of Believers is the only Facebook group on the planet which doesn't have post approval. We don't have post approval. Everybody keeps telling me, Neil, you need to put post approval on. No, I won't. And do you know why? As a Liverpool supporter, you have the right to post whatever you feel at that time. It's our job as a group and as admins and a group creator like myself to make sure that what goes onto the page is looked at, and if it's alright and it's agreeable, it stays on. I am not putting post approval on so that everybody gets to see the same old boring shit getting posted where everybody just agrees with each other. I always say this is a football educated fan group. We are a supporters group which are based on Anfield Road. We face the stadium, so I want us to be the best Facebook group or whatever TV channel what we're becoming or trying to become, that gets the people on there that know their football, that don't just slate everybody. You know me, those that have been on this group from day one know I go with how I feel, and how I feel I'll put it on record. Like I said, I personally think Gini Wijnaldum was asking for too much money based on what he gives to this team. What does he give to this team? Does he give any more than James Milner? No. James Milner creates more goals and basically puts a shift in every time that he's asked to do so. James Milner's not on 180 grand a week, and also you've got to look at it like this. I've just been having a disagreement with a supporter on here that said that Naby Keita's on more money than Gini. Let's get something straight here. Gini Wijnaldum was on 90 grand a week at Liverpool. I've just checked. His contract at Liverpool was this. As a 25-year-old, he signed his first contract at Liverpool was 2016-17. His salary was 90 grand a week, 4.6 million a season. Right, that was his 5-year deal that he signed. Right, he wanted a new one. So let's get something straight here. He signed his contract in 2016-17. He's had 5 years to agree a new contract, which would have put him above, the ones that are arguing with me at the moment, would have put him above the earnings of Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, Adam Lallana. He didn't sign a new deal. He stayed on the 5-year deal he signed in 2016-17. He has had opportunities to sign his new contract, and he chose, which is his human right, not to. So all this crap I keep hearing about, well, no wonder he's leaving. He's got people like Oxlade-Chamberlain on a better contract than him. Well, yeah, because Oxlade-Chamberlain was signed in 2018-2019, more recent, which means the salaries go up anyway, right? But also, If he'd have signed his new deal, do you reckon he would have stayed on 90 grand a week? No. No. Are you telling me Liverpool offered him a new contract on 90 grand a week? No. They offered him, I got told, a very, very good contract, which was round about, I think it was 120 grand a week, something in that bracket. I got told it was basically a lot more than what he's on. So he's leaving on the same contract that he signed with us. That's why. It doesn't mean that Oxlade-Chamberlain's valued more than him because he's on more than him. It's a load of bollocks. Normally, always your second contract is an increase on your first contract. But he's not signed a second contract. So it's simple. And as for those earlier, the new members that think it's thinks it's acceptable to come on this page and say, stop posting shit, or you're an 11-year-old kid. Can I just say something? You won't last on here very long. In fact, the two that said that this morning are already gone. This group is for Liverpool fans that are educated up here and understand that they can talk and have disagreements, but they do it in a decent way. You start getting abuse, you start doing personal insults, you won't be here long. And you know what? Go and join another group. There's loads of them out there, especially them Liverpool v Man U banter pages, or Merseyside Blue v Merseyside Blue. You can call everybody every name under the sun on there, and you can have the freedom to do it. You won't on this group. This group is a educated football group, and a lot of the fans are members on this group are not only lads that are there week in, week out, but a lot of them are working there week in, week out. So I like to keep the reputation of this group going. So going back to Gini Wijnaldum, right? He was offered to go in a good bracket, right? But I'll say this, and I'll keep saying this. I just said to somebody, and I had an argument with, a disagreement with somebody that's saying, well, Naby Keita is on more. Naby Keita is a goal-scoring midfielder when we signed him, and I just said Gini Wijnaldum doesn't score enough goals to be put in the top bracket of Liverpool players, right? And then, for example, I had to prove that by showing you Naby Keita's goal record. Now, Naby Keita's goal record for Red Bull Salzburg was 17 and 59, and for Red Bull Leipzig was 14 and 58. Now that is nearly 1 in every 2 from midfield. That's the reason why Naby Keita was on such a big wage when he signed for us. And let's not forget, when he signed for us in 2018, which is 3 years ago now, I cannot believe he was a 23-year-old. So he's got his whole career ahead of him, right? But what I'm trying to say to you is Gini Wijnaldum, right? Let's just go on to Gini Wijnaldum here, yeah? This is his record. Even though I'm not slating him as a player, because he was a great player for us. I'm not debating that. He's age 30 now. He's 31 this November. So he's 31 in a few months' time, right? And his goal record for us was 16 goals in 180 games, right? So basically in 171 games, 161 matches, he didn't score for us. And what I'm trying to say to you is, if you want to be earning what he's getting paid now at PSG, I'm sorry, but you need to be coming up with Naby Keita goal scoring records. Forget his injuries for Liverpool. I'm on about what we were signing and what we thought we were buying at the time. We were buying a player that was scoring 14 a season from midfield. Gini, no disrespect to Gini, like I said, for Liverpool, I think if you look at 4 or 5 a season was his best. I'm just trying to find it here on Wikipedia. Oh, hang on, it's here. I've got it. Oh, Liverpool. So Liverpool, yeah. So goals in his first season, he hit 6 goals. That was his best scoring return for us. In his second season, he scored 1 in 33. In his first season, he scored 6 in 36. In 2018-2019, he got 3 goals from midfield in 35 matches in the Premier League. He played 37 in 2019 and scored 4. And last season he scored 2. So my point being is, in 179 games he scored 16 goals. Now I'm sorry, if you're wanting to pay Gini Wijnaldum £180,000 a week like PSG, then I'd expect him to be hitting 15 a season, in my opinion. You cannot put him only a few grand a week away from the Mo Salahs, the Manes, Firminos and all that. That do more, in my opinion, and that's just my opinion. Like I said, I don't want everybody to agree with me. It's a football group. But what I won't have is people not arguing the point with me. Right? I always seem to argue with Chris, but we've been laughing about that for a good couple of years now. But we don't. We just stand by what we believe in, and we go with. That's what I want this group to be. I don't like it when someone puts a post up and everyone's going, giving people a bit of abuse for it. Let them put up whatever they want to put up. If they believe that, let them stand by it. It's their right as a supporter. But the fact is, if you don't agree with it, I mean, these comments that I keep seeing as well on the group lately are annoying me as well. If you're not interested in the status or the subject somebody's put up, don't tell them to shut the F up. Don't tell them to take it down. Just ignore it. Just scroll down. Leave it to the admin of this page to deal with it. You don't need to, because I don't want this group getting what it's not been. The problem with us getting so big now is we had a core of a brilliant group, and I don't want to lose that. And if it means cutting the cut, I've said this every time we have a big surge in numbers, I say this, and I say this for a reason, so the newbies can hear it. I will cut this group from 14,000 to 10,000 if I have to keep it. And I always get a lot of shit people saying it's everyone agrees with me. It's not. It's everybody that's got a football education. I back my argument up with numbers and arguments. I knew what I was saying there with regards to the fact Gini's contract was not as high as what everybody wanted it to be. It's because he only signed one deal. I look at stats and facts because I am a student of of the game. I don't get everything right. Nobody does. Jamie Carragher's a student of the game. Half of the time, none of us agree with him. But it's the fact is, I researched football. Naby Keita was scoring 14, 15 goals a season before he signed for us. That's why he's on 90 grand a week or 100 grand a week, whatever he's on, right? He's been a flop for Liverpool and we should get rid of him in the next window. That's my opinion. But that's what I want you to be on this group. Have the freedom to post. Have the freedom to go with what. Don't be scared to put a post up because you think there'll be a few clowns that will start hammering you. Because then they'll be gone. If they don't back up your argument with, come on, that's a bit of a stupid status, you've got to start believing in the players. That's fine. But if it's, oh, you know, what a load of shit this group is. Can't believe this status. Wow. You go on like every single group's got all these same video printed comments. Like everybody just says the same shit. You're going to get things you don't agree with, like me, and you're going to get comments you don't agree with. Either take them with a pinch of salt, argue your case, stand by it, deliver factual, educated Liverpool evidence behind your argument to say hang about. And that's what I want on this group. I don't want it to be like the Liverpool banter page or shit like that, where you just get everybody just slating the shit out of each other like, I'm the biggest Liverpool fan, here's my trophy. I don't want that. I want us all to be proper Reds that get behind the players. Now Gini's gone now, we will be moving on. But as to regards to the comment I seen earlier as he's gone now, end of, listen, it's pre-season, what we got to talk about at the moment? Everyone's posting about pissing cricket and coronavirus at the moment. So I'll do what I did last pre-season and the pre-season before that. I will find as much football I can to cling to get me through until Liverpool play again, because my life revolves around this football club. It always has done, and it will be with AFC Liverpool now as well. But so yeah, newbies on this group, it's a great group. You're going to see some amazing stuff over the coming weeks and months, stuff that only we can bring you because of our location. Obviously when they take the roof off Anfield and Road on Monday, if it does happen, we've been told it will, you're going to have live footage on our YouTube channel, and then it'll be put on here a few days later. So if you're not on our YouTube channel from now on, it won't be like last season when I'm doing watch-alongs on this group because there's more people to broadcast to on this group. If we have to ride out low viewings, we will do. But our watch-alongs from next season will all be on YouTube. So you need to switch over to YouTube and subscribe to that for absolutely nothing. It's free. So if you can do that, I'll appreciate it. So just going back to Gini, as I said, let's finish off this with him. Fantastic footballer, work ethic top notch. But you tell me right now we go and get Basuma from Brighton, younger, more energetic. That is right. Here's another question: would Gini start next season in our best three in midfield? I don't think he would. Our best three in midfield for me is Henderson, Fabinho, and Thiago. So there's the three. So why would we pay 180 grand a week for a player that won't be playing every week? Yes, he's good to have rotating, but he's 31 in November. We've got to move on. Alex Ferguson did this with Manchester United. He waited until the players reached a certain age and then he replaced them with the next. So like when he had Van Nistelrooy, he replaced him with Van Persie. You know, when he had Beckham, he replaced him with Ronaldo. You've got to keep moving on as a football club. There's no time for sentiment. Good luck to Gini Wijnaldum. And like I say, if you want to post on this group, it's the only group where you have the freedom to do so without post approval, right? You speak your mind, you back up what you believe in and post freely. And if I see anyone being bullied or anybody being personally insulted rather than argued against with facts and education of a football, as a football fan like we all are, and Liverpool fans, which we all are, then you can go on to another group. It's as simple as that. And I've said it. If we have to go down from 14,000 to 10,000 again to keep this group what it is, which is a group full of passionate Reds that know what they're talking about when it comes to Liverpool. And if they agree, they agree. If they disagree, they disagree. But they stat it and back it up with how they feel here in their heart, rather than it just being a personal campaign to try and embarrass somebody on the group. That won't happen on my watch anyway. But I swear to God, I reckon there's going to be 2 more big signings coming in. Even though I said it, and I did say it, that I'm happy with the squad if we go into it next season with, obviously, Grujic. I watch a lot of football. Grujic is quality. I watched him for Porto against Juventus and he was outstanding. And I watch a lot of Portuguese games when I'm doing my football bets. I like to get my stick out and go and watch. Get my stick out. That sounded wrong, didn't it? I like to get my Fire Stick out on and go to wherever the games are on. So I watch a lot of football in Spain, Portugal, Germany. I watch a lot of Bundesliga. But what I'm saying is Grujic is returning. Harry Wilson is returning. Harvey Elliott is returning. You've got injuries returning like Gomez, like Van Dijk. You've got Matip coming back. This squad is stronger. You actually scroll down Liverpool's squad, add Konate to that at the moment. It's seriously impressive. And all we need now, I say Basuma. I think Craig Farrell asked for Basuma a couple of months back. Basuma to replace Wijnaldum and Daka. I think that'll be it. I think it will be Daka, Basuma and Konate. Done. That's what I say. And Origi going out. I said it earlier. I've got a little bit of a feeling that maybe Origi, if he's not sold, might go to Gerrard's Rangers, because why not? It's Champions League football. He could play for them. I don't know. I can't see him playing another role on the bench. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out. I've heard Harry Wilson might be going to Rangers. They're on about bidding for him because they've got Champions League money now. And I also, last thing on Rangers, I actually got a real gut feeling, and I always say this with my gut feelings, I do. I've got a feeling we're going to get Gerrard's Rangers in the group stage of the Champions League. Really have. So that'd be amazing. I'll go up to Glasgow for the trip there and back here. So it'd be amazing. Anyway, like I say, the group rules of this group is freedom of posting will exist and remain. If you don't agree with me, you don't agree with anyone, Tom, Dick or Harry, I'm not asked. Argue your point in an educated way, leave the personal insults out. And if you're here to call people names or just try and humiliate them as a Liverpool fan, this group isn't for you. You'll never walk alone.